Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Happy Hour with Marcus. This season 2. We've brought a man fresh out of a virtual New York Fashion Week. We have Cody Chris in the building. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, my man Cody today has requested Hennessy. They're not a sponsor yet. What we got going on here today is a drink I like to call producer line. It's called a Hennessy berry cocktail. First things first, ice. The most important part of the process, the alcohol. Pour yourself a 1.5 ounce shot. Nailing it.
There it is.
Man, right into the glass. I will do the same thing.
Do you enjoy Hennessy?
I do. I haven't really experienced as much Hennessy times as I'd like to say. We need 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice.
Oh, wow.
Quick pour. You already see the color change right there?
I did.
Oh my gosh, kind of overpoured that. My fault. Little vape action over here. 1.5 ounces.
Oh.
Just cranberry. Boom.
That's it. Okay.
Let's cheers the lime.
Cheers it.
We're going to squeeze the lime into here and drop it.
Yes.
Squeeze and drop and mix.
Mix it up.
Voila. This is a
Berry
Hennessy
cocktail.
berry cocktail. You heard it here
Delicious.
first.
Timo?
As tradition, he comes on set. He likes to take a quick shot with us as we
Hey,
cheers.
these are my boys. These are my boys right now.
Yeah, dude. No one ever knows.
I truly can't even taste any alcohol. I truly can't even taste that this is an alcoholic
Sounds
beverage.
pretty good.
It's a bit dangerous.
Uh-oh.
It's a bit dangerous.
I'll exit now.
I
do
can
say
wake
so.
up to this every morning, honestly.
That is like refreshing
Like this is
and
my
awesome.
this is my drink.
Shit, if I do it. Cheers.
Hey, cheers,
I'm gonna
baby.
get it. Absolutely.
This is it.
You've been at this fashion game for a while. And now here you are. You were at New York Fashion Week virtually
Yep.
last week. That's fucking awesome.
Who knows?
That's fucking awesome, dude. First of all, kudos.
Thank you.
I want to hear your side a little bit. Talk about where you started. Let's go in.
Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. I switched my degree 4 times. History to business and then something else. I don't remember.
Something in the meantime.
I went to MCC, and at MCC I learned how to sew, and they have the most amazing fashion program. I say fashion found me there. Shout outs to MCC. Made it to Phoenix Fashion Week. I applied like 3 years before getting in, so I really had to build my brand up.
How did it feel to see kids riding around, skating around, and rocking your stuff?
That's the essence of like, that's the best feeling, you know, when you see someone else repping, you
Yeah.
know, what's going on. So
Yeah.
I just kept going, you know. I didn't know what I was doing. Cody Chris today is built on like Arizona, like the Southwest, you know. So,
Hell yeah.
you know, it's just a learning process and you just keep going.
Yeah, 100%, man. And I can only equivocate that feeling of like seeing someone rock your stuff to like me. Someone's like, wow, I've been listening to your song all day. Someone texts me, wow, that song is really great to run to. The essence, like you said, that's like the perfect way of putting it.
That's it. My first runway show featured your song. It was Black with Grego.
Oh,
In Westland.
wow.
And they played that shit on the fucking runway.
No fucking way. That's a story I'm
And
hearing
my
for the
heart
first time.
was this like,
Wow.
the song was actually about clothes, and that's like my favorite color.
I love
like
it
my
when
kimono,
you wear
my
black.
bride.
That song was, yeah. But that's actually, I didn't know that. That's really cool. So there's Phoenix Fashion Week. There's New York Fashion Week. Is it just like every major city has like a fashion week? New York Fashion Week is like the place to go. Once you're there, where do you go? Break it down.
Honestly, my motto is just to keep sewing because as any emerging designer will understand, you know, creative process is really hard for any creative. Where do you go? Like, honestly, when you say your heart to something, things will come your way. I'm very about like the law of attraction, you know? So I've gotten invites to all the fashion weeks. I've gotten invites to Vancouver Fashion Week,
That's
London Fashion Week.
Wow. Hell yeah. International.
Paris Fashion Week. A lot of the states ones, so like Mississippi, Kansas.
So they all the states
Texas,
do have like
there's
one.
some good ones, yeah. And that was like the original thing I wanted to do was actually like,
A tour.
yeah, like a tour.
Cheers.
I really like had to like step back from what I was doing. I got in magazines like overseas and like the UK. So like I really feel like that's where my market is. So that's why I took it to New York. I accepted it this time and I'm so glad I chose New York.
And all I can say is that New York is lucky to have had a taste of the Cody Chris collection. It is my understanding that you actually brought to the set a sample piece from the New York Fashion Week.
My show is on Valentine's Day, and I just got my collection back today, and I decided to bring it to set. And this is one of my favorite colors, honestly. It's black, and I call it the Midnight Kimono. But you have seen the progress of my kimonos.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Can I try it on? Let me try this on for the folks.
Yes.
So you've been making them, you've been sewing them, you've been showing love to the kimono since day one.
4 years.
Where did that come from?
Honestly, like I went from like printed stuff. I've had my stuff made everywhere. I've had it made in London, China, I think Japan, somewhere in South America, you know. Even America. Like I've had my shit made in Tempe, and that's where the kimonos started, and that's where people were skating around with kimonos. So I really decided to stick with the kimono, and that was the best decision of my life.
Hell yeah.
I took a trip to LA last year, and I saw this fucking wall of the same fabric I love. I made a kimono and I lined it because everyone's been telling me to line them shits, you know what I mean? And they're all different colors, and like, I just think they're amazing.
Can I finish the interview in this kimono?
Please.
Perfect. You had some Phoenix Dimes action.
Yes, sir.
What's your affiliation with the Phoenix Dimes? Let's talk about that. Where do you align? What's the story? What's the story there?
It's really interesting that you bring that up, honestly. Like, me and Phoenix Dimes have like stayed connected. Like, they've been with me as long as you. Like, we started chopping it up, and they saw my vision and I saw their vision, and we connected for real like 2018 maybe. And we had just like local photo shoots everywhere. And it's the most amazing thing because we have like casting calls, and they're all coming out, and it's just like networking to the next level. Like how things have been like going with this, like the city shutting down, like it just makes it like that Louis Vuitton.
Boom.
I just want to say, like, teammate, I really appreciate these questions.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
These are like really easy, but like they mean a lot to me.
I appreciate the kimono. Do you see a day where you're going to fly out to New York, do the whole song and dance for real?
I hope so.
I see a day. I see it. I looked in my crystal ball. It said Cody Chris, New York Fashion Week.
I've gotten emails for a long time, and
shout out to this cocktail right here.
I don't want to like name drop, but some of these like
name drop.
I can't.
First we got beep, second we got beep, third we got beep, and you wouldn't even believe beep.
The really interesting thing about me though, I got featured in Vogue like 9 times, and I actually burned my magazines. Like I've
like physically burned.
I've always burned my shit. I don't do it anymore because I know what I'm doing now. Something happened that day when I set my magazines aflame that really just like fucked me up. And I understand fashion, and I understand almost like life now. But fashion weeks are like a marketing thing.
Is a fashion week similar to like a music festival?
100%. It's the same feeling, but it's the same industry.
What was the coolest thing, coolest feature, coolest article, coolest anything where you were like, shit, man?
Princess, like Meghan Markle or whatever, is on the cover of one of them.
Wow.
One of them was like the Mary Poppins. One of them was the first hijab on a cover of a Vogue magazine. And that's when Edward Inningful, I don't know who that is.
Shout out to Eddie E.
I'm going to make you follow him after this show. He revamped Vogue completely. I was in his first magazine with Taylor Swift.
Wow.
I never talk about this shit. Like, you're getting an exclusive interview.
That's what we do
I
here.
never do interviews.
Happy hour with Marcus.
Can we like make another one?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, while I'm making this, would you like to start plugging your social medias? Where can people find you?
They can find me on codychris.com. Instagram is the Cody Chris collection.
Well, from all of us here at Happy Hour with Marcus, we've been here with my man Cody Chris tonight. We made some fantastic Hennessy cocktails, whatever they're called. And, man, it's been a good one.
It has. Honestly, I'm a little tipsy.
Hey, that's kind of the point of Happy Hour with Marcus. Cheers.
Hey, let me
Stir the
stir.
film.
Let me
Oh,
stir
yeah.
it.
I guess I didn't even stir mine. I'll just do a little.
Yeah,
You have a shot?
Yeah, he's got a little shot.
You want a little stir of that?
Wait.
Yeah, a little
Lime?
Stursky.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Can we cheers it up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheers. Happy Hour with Marcus season 2. We'll
Happy
see you
Hour.
next week. Thanks for joining in.
Yes.
You got the kimono. That one burned.